This story comes from the Miracles of Jesus, written by Catherine Sully and illustrated by Simona Sanfilippo. Jesus loved to teach God's message, and people loved to listen to him. They followed him everywhere. But one day, Jesus was sad because his cousin John had died. Jesus got on a boat to rest and pray. When he came back to shore, the people were still waiting for him. Jesus welcomed them. He started to teach and heal the sick people. All day Jesus spoke to the crowd. When evening came, the disciples said to Jesus, "It's late, and these people are far from home. Send them away to buy some food." "You can give them some food," replied Jesus. "That would cost too much," the disciples grumbled. "Go and find out how much food we have," Jesus told his disciples. The disciples went off among the crowd. They came back with a boy who had 5 loaves and 2 fish. 5 loaves and 2 fish? It's only enough to fill one dish. "This won't be enough to feed the crowd," they said. "There must be 5,000 people." Jesus told his disciples to sit everyone down in groups. Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish and thanked God for the food. Then he divided the food into baskets for each of the disciples. The disciples shared the food among the people. Everyone ate as much as they wanted. Crunch, munch, mmm. After everyone had eaten, the disciples collected up the baskets. When they came back, the 12 baskets were full of food. They couldn't believe their eyes. In this story, the disciples thought it was going to be impossible to feed such a huge crowd of people. But Jesus knew otherwise. When the disciples went out and came back with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, they had no idea what was going to happen. But Jesus took that food, and even though it was such a small amount, he lifted it up and thanked God for it. We need to be doing the same thing in our lives too. We may have small things, big things that God has blessed us with, and we need to be thanking him in the same way. While we're in lockdown, it can be really easy to focus on all the things that we don't have at the moment. So I'm making a gratitude tree and hanging up all the things that I'm thankful for. I'll show you how to do your own. You'll need some card, a ruler, some embroidery thread or string, some scissors, and some colouring pens or pencils. First, you're going to need to draw some tag shapes on your card. You could use your ruler to draw some rectangles, or you might like to draw some cloud shapes. When you finish drawing your tag shapes, you'll need to cut them out. Then, put a cross to mark the middle at the top of each of your tags. The cross shows us where we want to put a hole for our tag. You could do that using a hole punch if you have one, or use a sharp pencil to poke the point through the cross. When you've finished making your tags, it's time to write down all of the things that you feel really thankful for. It could be family members, friends, activities that you like to do, games that you play. It could be anything at all that makes you feel happy. Now you can attach some embroidery thread or string through the hole, making sure you tie it together at the top. Then it's ready for you to put on your gratitude tree.